FICO's Credit Resilience Index. This is a algorithm of sorts that takes your credit report data and it models out this index that kind of gives an idea of your ability to withstand an economic downturn based on your existing credit data on your profile, the types of accounts you have in particular, whether or not you've been late on accounts, your payment history, your available credit. It takes the same type of information that your credit score is calculated from, but focuses more on your ability to sustain an economic downturn, and puts that projection out to lenders, and it gives you a glimpse as well into what it might look like in your ability to sustain yourself. The scoring model goes from 0 to 99. The closer to 0 you are, the stronger you look. So one of the biggest factors that I found interesting looking at my own credit profile was that even though I have pretty stellar personal credit, it actually found me to be vulnerable with not having enough installment loans on my credit report, enough installment trade lines on my credit report. And its theory was that having a balanced mix of installment loans as well as credit cards and revolving accounts on your credit report gives a much sturdier outlook to what your ability to sustain an economic downturn looks like versus just having only or mostly revolving accounts on your credit report. I found that to be very interesting, but then I did some reading and I did some thinking and understood one of the major reasons why, and I wanted to share that with you in this video. When you think about how revolving credit lines work versus installment loans, credit revolving accounts are flexible, and flexibility can mean you have the ability to make varying payment amounts anywhere from the minimum to the full balance due. You also have the ability to stop using those accounts at a moment's notice and not have a bill at all. When you think about an economic downturn, these accounts could in theory be a less effective gauge in your financial stability. Because if you just stop using those accounts over a period of time because you're in financial trouble, it really doesn't tell a lender just because you stop using those accounts, that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? And so I can understand the concept more of why installment loans will look more impressive and be a sturdier indication that you are sustaining yourself through tough economic times, because those payments are fixed. You are usually going to get a lump sum amount of money that's either collateralized or uncollateralized, and you're going to almost immediately have payments within 30 to 60 days of that loan type that are going to be fixed for the life of that loan. No matter what the economic circumstances are, you have the same responsibility every month. So when you show a strong installment loan history on your credit report, this can look strong. This can be a sturdy indicator through economic tough times for lenders who are peeking in on your credit report, because they're saying, okay, this person has been forced to maintain the same obligation levels in a harsher environment and been able to consistently demonstrate their ability to stay prudent and make on-time payments. You can just stop using your credit cards whenever you're ready. You can break down to minimum payments whenever you're ready and still have good payment history on your report. It doesn't really indicate where you are. You start to have issues making your installment loan payments, that tells a different story. There's almost no excuse other than you're in financial trouble if you're not making those payments, because they're fixed. You're contractually agreed to a fixed set of payments. This was very telling and very informative as somebody who's a financial services professional themselves and a financial educator, I dub myself, still learning about the interworkings of credit and how lenders are looking at us and what they're using to gauge our financial health. You building out your credit profile need to understand the exact same thing. You need to understand what looking like a qualified borrower looks like through the eyes of the lenders, through the eyes of those who are lending out the money. And one of the most powerful ways to do that, as I've broken down in several videos in a somewhat of a series, you need to have a diverse, bulky credit report. You need to show lenders that you will stand the test of time through a series of different account types non-mortgage and mortgage related installment loans, auto loans, student loans, personal loans, and credit cards. You need to show lenders you can handle it all, and you can handle it all at one time, and you can handle it all often. It was an educational moment for me. I wanted to bring it straight to you as I figured it out studying my FICO report. And again, I'm somebody who has a 780 plus FICO score across the board or higher, 800 plus. I don't say that to brag, but I say that to speak from a position of power that I have a very strong credit profile, and I still have room for growth according to this FICO, resilience index, credit resilience index. I still have room to grow. So you need to continue to focus financially, and building out your credit profile is a very sweet science that you need to master so you can scale up your finances, get your hand on this capital so you can get your hands in business and these investments and get yourself on track for financial prosperity. So thank y'all for tuning in. I just wanted to bring that content to you for educational purposes and, to share the moment with you as I've expanded my education on the topic. I appreciate y'all tuning in. As always, I want y'all to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.